We are young inventors from SJKT Taman Aminah. Today, we are going to conduct an experiment about ethanol production from food waste. The environmental crisis and the need to find a renewable fuel alternative have made the production of biofuel an important priority. At the same time, the increasing production of food waste is an important environmental issue. For this reason, ethanol production from food waste is an interesting approach. The volume of food waste will be reduced and ethanol production does not affect the food production. Therefore, we have decided to produce ethanol from food waste. There are many types of food waste. We are going to identify which type of food waste produces the highest volume of ethanol.
The scientific principle involved in this experiment is the fermentation process. The fermentation process was conducted by using yeast. Ethanol and carbon dioxide were produced as product at the end of this process. Yeast is used to break down complex carbohydrate to simple sugar. Then the simple sugar formed into ethanol.
The problem which we investigate in this experiment is which of the food waste produces the highest volume of ethanol. Hypothesis: the fruit waste produces the highest volume of ethanol. Aim: to investigate the relationship between type of food waste and volume of ethanol. The mandatory variable for this experiment is type of food waste. The responding variable for this experiment is volume of ethanol. The constant variable for this experiment is weight of food waste, volume of distilled water, amount of yeast, size of container, days for fermentation 5 days, fermented extract 500 ml, room temperature 28 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius, and collection of ethanol at 78 degrees Celsius.
Apparatus: heating method, digital sensor thermometer, funnel, measuring cylinder, distillation kit glass, retort stand. Materials: food waste, rice, vegetable, fruit, bread, soya and noodles, distilled water, yeast and boiling chips. The safety precaution for person while handling the experiment: glove, mask and goggles must be used while handling the experiment. Since we will be handling with glass apparatus, if any apparatus breaks while we are handling the experiment, we will immediately inform to our teacher. We will clean the glass apparatus by our teacher's supervision. We won't touch our skin while handling the ethanol. It may irritate or burn our skin. If the ethanol overspills while we are handling the experiment, we will immediately wipe it out. Always use the heating method with a variable output transformer to control the voltage input. We won't immediately plug it to a 110 voltage line. The safety precaution for the experiment: we measured the volume of the fermented extract accurately. The thermometer was monitored. We monitored the ethanol collection carefully. The individual separate funnel were used for fermented extract.
Steps or procedures for this experiment. Now let's see how we did the extraction of distillation waste. We have collected 2 kg of fruits from the market. We cut them into small pieces and blend them. Then we add 50 gram of yeast and 3.5 liter of distilled water and
and mix them evenly and left for fermentation. The fermented product mixed evenly using a glass rod once a day. After 5 days, the fermented product was drained out through the tap fixed to the container. Step 1 to 6 is repeated for other food waste. Now it's time for the distillation. The distillation kit set up as displayed. 500 milliliter of fermented extract transferred into 1 liter round bottom flask to conduct distillation. Boiling chips are added into the flask. The temperature was monitored to 70 degrees Celsius by using a digital sensor thermometer. The mental heater was switched on. At 70 degrees Celsius, the ethanol was evaporated. The ethanol was cooled down as it passes through the coolant. The ethanol was collected in a round bottom flask. The volume of the ethanol is measured using a measuring cylinder. We have waited nearly 1 hour for the collection of the ethanol. Step 1 to 9 are repeated for other food waste. The fruit extract started to boil. And it was evaporating. And the ethanol was collected in a round bottom flask.
The result shows that fruit waste produces highest volume of ethanol. The volume of ethanol produced in fruit waste is 60 milliliter. It is proven that fruit waste produces highest volume of ethanol compared to other food waste such as rice, bread, noodle, soya and vegetable. It is followed by rice 50 milliliter and bread with 47 milliliter. Average volume of ethanol produced by noodle and soya are 42 milliliter and 38 milliliter respectively. The average volume of ethanol produced by vegetable is 35 milliliter. Conclusion: the fruit waste produce highest volume of ethanol. Therefore, the hypothesis is accepted.
In our experiment, we have used different types of food waste such as rice, vegetables, fruit, bread, soya and noodles to identify which of the food waste produces the highest volume of ethanol. From this experiment, we have proved that the fruit waste produces the highest volume of ethanol compared with the other food waste. The fruit waste most effectively produces the highest volume of ethanol. It is because it contains the highest volume of soluble sugar such as glucose, fructose and sucrose, and also the most starch compared with other food waste.
I would like to stress again that proper disposal of food waste has posed a stern pecuniary and environmental concern. It appears in conversion of food waste into energy via a variety of processes in terms of ethanol is economically practical.
Nevertheless, the stumpy or no cost of food waste along with the environmental aids, considering the waste discarding would lead to producing sustainable energy that meets us with our today's demand of energy without putting them in a danger of getting expired or depleted and can be used over and over again. Sustainable energy should be widely encouraged as it do not harm the environment and is available in widely free of cost.
This experiment had a tough time on measuring the temperature. The volume of ethanol at 78 degrees Celsius could not be recorded accurately. So, an alternative way to measure the volume of ethanol at 78 degrees accurately is needed. Thus, the most effective digital sensor thermometer was created. The digital sensor thermometer automatically turns off when the temperature reaches 79 degrees Celsius. The volume of ethanol at 78 degrees Celsius would be recorded accurately.
This experiment led us to invent a homemade distiller which is cheap and easy to handle for future planning.
Moreover, a larger amount of ethanol can be produced using domestic food waste and without much handle. The things to set up a DIY distiller are bamboo, copper hose and pressure cooker. Here we have invented one for the display.
This effort will surely help us to produce sustainable energy domestically with minimal cost.
Thank you.